Vango sleeping bags
and accessories.
This one here, so this is the Zenith 300 3-season sleeping bag. So you can see that it has
comfort rating of 1. Please ignore the other 2.
So if you're looking for something that's, you know, synthetic, down to about 1 degree, you're probably going to get cold if you go to -4. But if you're looking for something that's about 1 degree, you know, in reality, that it is very, very bulky, very heavy for 1 degree. But if you are allergic to feathers and you know, and you want a Vango synthetic, then on the face of it, that looks half decent. This one here is the 400. This one here is a comfort of -4. There is some thickness to that. It does feel pretty chunky. You might be okay. You might be okay at -4. Okay, so yeah, so you've got one baffle on the inside. So one baffle on the inside, but it does look like it zips up over the baffle, and it's really quite thick. So you might very well find that you might be okay at -4. I probably wouldn't be going much below 0, -2. That looks like as low as they go. And then if you come around here, you've got this little dainty one here, and you've got this one here, which is this little Microlite 100 2-season. That I reckon with that you'd be comfortable down to like 10 degrees, something like that. And then a little Microlite 1-season, Microlite 300, Microlite 200. So they're not showing that they've got the Microlite 100 out. They look okay, and they pack down small enough. You know, you could use those 1 to 2 to 3 season. I must admit, they don't look too bad, and they're not too heavy. They look quite cute. And then we've got the Apex 3. So we've obviously then got an Apex series. This is 1.5 kilograms, comfort rating 0. This is the problem with, you know, with synthetic. It's really quite heavy, but it's not bad. What have we got here? So you've got 2-season, comfort rating 3. I always like to add about 5 degrees to, you know, to a sleeping bag. So if it says comfort rating of 3, then I would be suggesting 8 centigrade, something like that. And then these two here are their down sleeping bag.
Okay, I was somewhat winging it here because I couldn't see any details, but I have looked it up. This is the Cobra 400. It's a comfort rating of -1, a limit of -8, and an extreme of -22. For the love of God, please do not ever go anywhere near -22, let alone -8. It has a suggested maximum usage of 15 centigrade, which probably makes sense. You could probably just quite easily, you know, open the zip. It has a weight of 920 grams. It's 700 fill power of goose down. It's classified as a 3-season sleeping bag, which again, you know, is telling you this is not a winter sleeping bag, so do not go out in -8. The comfort rating is -1. You might add 5 degrees, and yeah, you know, you'll be okay down to 4 degrees, you know, maybe you'll be okay at 0, -1, maybe a bit chilly. It kind of depends how warm-blooded you are. It should be at least 1 bath, or I would hope 2.
What is interesting is that it looks like they're like glued here rather than stitched. So that's interesting, because that's one less place for draft. And then over here, this is the Interstellar range. And I must admit, one thing with their bags, from what I can tell just by looking at them, if you don't like being shut up, like I probably should be shut up, you know, in a mummy bag or something like that, these all look quite roomy, it has to be said. And this one here has a comfort rating of -4. Please don't take these bags down to the -11, and certainly don't be going to -31. I don't really know why companies put figures on like that, because it, you know, it might give the impression to people who, you know, who don't know, you know, that you are going to be safe down at -11. And I think at -11 you're going to be incredibly cold and uncomfortable. So, you know, I hope that people who watch my videos will, you know, will understand that just look at the comfort rating, ignore the you know, the limits and things like that. You know, if you are looking for a synthetic sleeping bag though, these Vango bags, they don't look too bad at all. They look half decent. Still over in the Vango department, they do 4 different closed cell, which I'm guessing might be inflatable. These are probably self-inflating, given that they've got the closed cell foam. They are self-inflating mats here, probably similar to the Thermarest self-inflating mats, and they look half decent. And then you've got the air beds here. But these literally just have air in them, so these are not going to be particularly, you know, warm. They're going to be for warm weather camping, you know. Please don't get one of these, although this one here says...
Okay, so this is a little bit of a learning curve for me too. I'm not familiar with some of these brands, so please do excuse me. I looked this one up when I got home as well. This has a R rating of 4 or 4.5. From what I can tell, the freezing point is about an R value of 3.5 to 4. So again, you know, add a tiny bit. I would be limiting the use of that thermal one to, you know, to 0, and put a foam mat underneath it just for extra security. Interesting looking mats though.
Okay, and then we have Vango drink bottles. You've got Vango stoves here, quite lightweight little stoves. Oops, knocking them all over. Vango cooking system. Looks like they've got a Vango self-inflated tent here. I can't really get to it because there's too many people here. But you've got a Vango tent which seems to inflate, and then there's another Vango tent. So this is the F10 helium air. Okay, and then the Apex Compact 200. Looks a good size for, I don't know whether that's a 2-person or 1-person, but it looks it's probably 2-person because you've got one mat over there, and yeah, it's a 2-person, isn't it? That looks a decent size. I'm gonna have to go and get a cup of tea in a minute. You've got a decent porch in this. It's a better porch than in that Durston. Dear God. And then there's a reasonable, I don't know if you'd get 2 in there. Head to toe you might get 2 in there, but it would be quite cozy. I bet it's not light though. This isn't going to be a light shelter, but it looks very airy. You've got plenty of ventilation. It doesn't pitch to the ground. Apex 100. Weight 1.7 kilograms. This Apex 200 is 2 kilograms, and they do an Apex 300 is 2.5 kilograms. And you've got 2 doors. You've got 1 door there, and then obviously 1 door there. And then this side here, obviously you're straight to the inside. So you wouldn't want to have this one open if it was raining, because rain will get in immediately. That side there you could at least have open, you know, in a shower.
And there endeth our look around the Vango section. You know, for the want of maybe not being exactly the lightest equipment, certainly not what I'm used to as being lightweight, this is quite heavy stuff. But generally speaking, it did look good quality, and you know, if you're prepared to carry the weight, you know, for 3 to 4 season, I wouldn't be taking those tents anywhere too exposed. But the kit there did look pretty reasonable. Thank you very much for watching as always. Please do like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button to all. And please do return for the next video. Thank you for watching. I do hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I thank you very much for watching. Okay, the clip that follows was not a sting operation. I had thought I had turned the GoPro off, and as you will see, I realized I hadn't. But please, you really do need to be very careful with the ratings on sleeping bags.
And what temperature does that go down to?
So you can see them there. Do you know the difference between the cold?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's
that's -1, is it?
-1 is just got a comfort.
Okay, yeah.
The other ones, it'll keep you good till it'll keep you going at -22. But let's hope
okay.
we're not there.
No, I think you're being in serious trouble if you get to that. Oh.
Yeah, it's very nice piece of kit anyway.
Right, okay. His GoPro's crashed again as usual.